Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 139 of Serenova Crafts. I'm your host, Jessica. I can be found as Serenova on Ravelry and Twitter, and as Serenova Crafts on Instagram. You can find the show notes for today's episode on my blog or in the Ravelry group. Links down below if you're watching on YouTube. If you are a new viewer, thank you for checking me out. Please click that like and subscribe button on YouTube. If you are a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back. Please also like this video, even if you've already subscribed. Liking every video gives me that little algorithm boost that makes YouTube show my video to more people. So any little bit you can do is very much appreciated. Zoe, why are you digging in the couch? Zoe. The cat is making trouble. I moved a little bit over. I feel that the lighting is a little bit better over here. It's still not the greatest. It went from freezing rain 2 days ago to like bright and sunny, but like 35 degrees outside. So I need to get like lamps and stuff, and it'll come with time. But I feel like this lighting is better than last week's lighting. Though last week's lighting, I think I was more evenly lit on my face, but you know, whatever. Let's see, not much has been going on. I have 2 whips, and that's pretty much it. I'm just going to go right into them because I don't have much to talk about. There's one thing at the end, but right now I'm just going to start here. I put it on the sock blocker because I did weave in all of the ends. There are no more ends. They're all woven in on this, so I have one sock. And then last week when I showed you, I only had the tippy tip of the toe. And I've managed to do all of the foot. I managed to finish the toe increases. I knit all of the foot, and I did the heel. Again, the heel is in contrast yarn. Actually, I think the contrast yarn is right on the cat tower behind me. Haha, yes it is. Contrast yarn! I can tell you what it is this time. Because this yarn is Night Owl Fibers, self-striping. I believe it's her basic sock, which is the 7525. But the contrast heel yarn is Sweet Georgia, and it is her Tough Love sock in the ginger colorway. Let's see, can I make it focus on this? Come on, focus. There we go. And this is a 80% superwash, 20% nylon, but it's a little thicker. Not quite as many yards to the ball. This was actually a color I used in my Find Your Fade, but I had obviously a good chunk left, so so I used that as my contrast. So, and I'm now on to the leg. So I have a little bit, you know, if I hold them up next to each other, you can tell I got a little ways to go. I have basically most of the leg, but I should be able to finish it for next week. So, yeah, that should be good. Sorry, I was just putting stuff away. So yeah, and I'm still gonna have, I think I'm gonna have plenty of extra of this left. So I should be able to do something fun. I'll probably put it in my scrap blanket at the end there. And then the other thing I've been working on is my second Paris du Jour. This is out of the yarn I got at Stitches United. It was the specialty colorway from Destination Yarns. So I've done half a pattern repeat since the last time you guys saw it. So here it is. You can see where the marker is here. That's where it was when I last showed it to you folks. Then you can see where it is now. So I've put on, I'd say, half a repeat. I haven't really been focusing on this, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to knit, so this is going to be a shorter episode. But, you know, I just wanted to check in with you guys, say hi. So that's basically all I've worked on. I did frog something. I did frog the second brioche beanie. I wasn't feeling it in that color. I want to make another one, but, like, I can't find the right yarn. Like, that first yarn was, like, perfect for that pattern. I can't find another perfect yarn for the pattern. You know what I mean? So I'm struggling to figure out what to do there, but I will definitely figure something out. Yes, that's pretty much it for whips and stuff. So last episode, I talked about possibly going to the Toronto Fiber Frolic, and I've decided that yes, in fact, I am going. So next week, as in a week from today, because it's Friday when I record, I've stopped saying the dates because I realized that, like, if people want to just go and binge these, then they don't necessarily want to hear, like, the date every single time because it's not that date anymore when people go and watch it. So I stopped saying the date at the beginning of the episode. I'm just saying the episode number, which, you know, the upload date is basically the date. And I might upload it, like, the next day, but it's basically the date. But I'm just like, I'm going to stop saying the date at the beginning of the podcast. But anyways, the Toronto Fiber Frolic is next weekend. It is April 28th, which is a Saturday. But I'm going to drive up Friday the 27th. When Kevin leaves for work in the morning, I'm going to leave for Canada. I'm just going to drive because there's no point in flying. I can do the entire trip for the cost of a plane ticket if I drive. So, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drive because that's going to save me like $200. So driving it is. But yeah, so I'm going to drive. So I'm going to leave Friday morning. I should be there for dinner. Sarah, who is the Canadian knitter, has been kind enough to offer me her couch for 2 nights. So I'm going to go up Friday. I'm going to go to the Toronto Fiber Frolic on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'm going to drive home. So that is all well and good. For those of you wondering about last week when I mentioned the family issue, I will say things are going better. Sorry, I have allergies, so my nose is running a little bit. Things are going better, but we're not out of the woods yet. I'm going to keep it very vague because I don't want to go into details, but things are better than they were last week, and I will leave it there. And that's pretty much it, actually. I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't done anything this week. I've just, like, been working and reading. I read way too much fan fiction this week, by the way. I was like, oh, I'll read a couple of novels. And then what did I do? I read crossover fanfic. Yeah, I was... PM me if you want to know the fandom, because I am not going to say that on the internet in public. I will say I read fan fiction, and I will say I read crossover fic, but I will not tell you what the fic was that I was reading. Anything else? I can't think of anything else this week, but yeah, I went to read a couple of books, and I ended up reading fan fiction instead. However, I did start reading Dragonflight by Anne McCaffrey. I don't know if anybody remembers that book. I adore it in all shapes and forms. It's her Dragon Riders of Pern series is like one of my favorites. I'm just gonna pull up the book. I just want to show you the cover. I mean, there's like 8 bajillion covers for it because it came out in, when was it published? When was this book published? Oh, 1968. Yeah, so there's been like, you know, covers, and more covers. But yeah, it's like, I love Dragon's Dawn too, which is also from that series, but it's like kind of a prequel. And it's like soft sci-fi. It's not hard sci-fi. It's definitely soft sci-fi. Because they don't explain anything. It's just, oh, there's fire-breathing dragons. Well, why are there fire-breathing dragons? Oh, we don't know. There's just fire-breathing dragons, right? At least in the first book. Dragon's Dawn explains where the dragons come from. That's not really a spoiler, because that's the whole plot of the book. That's the plot of the book. They literally say it, like, on the back summary, that, like, this is where the dragons come from, so I don't consider that a spoiler at all. Oh, come on, just give me the freaking cover. I want to show it to people on the internet. All right, so this is like the original, well, one of the older covers. This is one of the older covers. Please excuse the reflection on my phone. And then I think this might be the original cover from when it was published. I don't know, that's another older cover. I guess it's supposed to be Lessa on the cover. This is the, this is like the current cover. Like, if you go to buy it now, this is pretty much what you're gonna find. Then that's what I have on the ebook version of the book that I have. But this cover is the one I have on my physical copy, is this cover. So, I will say I don't like, a lot of the books her son has continued writing in the series, because she passed away back in 2012, I think. But her and her son were co-writing the series for a long time. But I like the original like first like half dozen or so books better than the later stuff. But I really do love the series anyways. It's a blast. If you haven't read it, go check it out. It's one of those cult hits that like if you know it, you love it, and other people have just never heard of it. So, but anyways, I think that's it. I'm going to say goodbye. Didn't mean to talk about books for a little bit there, but hopefully this looks better, and hopefully I will get this up today instead of tomorrow, but it might go up tomorrow. We'll see. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'm going to try to record before I go to Canada, but I might not manage it, so there will either be an episode when I get back, either just before I go to Canada or just after I get back from Canada. But either way, I will be talking about how my trip was when I get back, one way or the other. So thank you all for watching, and please remember to like, subscribe, comment. Those are all appreciated. Follow me on Ravelry. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. You can friend me on Ravelry. You can join the group on Ravelry. Give me a subscribe on YouTube. It's all very much appreciated. And thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Bye!